What more could you want? Huh? Myself, Peter, Matty, John, all signing points over the holidays. Now you just can't beat that, huh? You just can't. I don't understand how people would stay home during these times. What would you be at below at the house playing Scrabble? Scrabble! I'm glad I'm here. I couldn't be arsed getting an 8 off the ALAS for drinking too much. And at the holidays. And then I'd bet you any money that the missus is giving out shite to the girls for having no manners. And them only 6. Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why I married her. All right, yeah, she's minted. And our old boy, he owns most of the parish, and she wants me to work. It'd be a sin to work when you can go down to the local and collect the dole. And I do be working, though. I'm working the elbow drinking pints.
It's getting colder and smaller every time I come back here. My home is stylish and cool, but the walls are stiff and stone no matter what season. And it's starting to become like a heavy sweater to wear in here. I think I should decorate. That might work. Still, it's scary to think what's going on outside without doing any research. And I can't for the life of me think what could have been if things were different. I'm sure there's people worse than me, surely. Or maybe I'm just saying that to feel better. Who knows? The walls can't talk or laugh or joke, but I'd appreciate if they did. One time, I made a joke out loud, and the walls cracked up. Literally. Oh, God, they hate me. Let me tell you something, me. Hear me out. I just feel like I shouldn't be the only person coming through that door. A lovely cat would be nice. Or a wife. But hopefully someone. I don't see much of my friends that I've met. They're gone and distant. Except one. His name is Neil. And he's my postman. My phone is my only luxury to forget what's happening around me. Yet, I still can't run from the fear that something is going to happen to me. Someone. Anyone. Just come through that door.
I'm wrecked. Oh my God, I'm a mess. No wonder the guy at the bus stop was staring at me. How stupid can you fucking get? You could have just left it. Been saving up for this for weeks. Guess it doesn't matter now.
We had a big garden full of flowers, woodlife, trees as tall as skyscrapers. We used to climb them every day as kids. By the time we wanted to climb higher, my father would be at the bottom shouting at me to get down from there now before I catch you and hang you from there. He would get so angry that when I came home, I would hide in my room until he left the next day. I was always outside. It was always a relief to get away from him. We used to get up to all sorts of things as kids. We'd do the odd job to get an extra bit of pocket money. My favourite job as a kid was picking potatoes down in Mr. Finnegan's fields. There must have been at least 10 of us kids in those fields from one end of the day to the next. Some kids and I nicked a few spuds and sold them down in Moortree for an extra few bob. Where's my wallet? They say it's in the last place you looked. Well, of course it is. I wouldn't look, find it, then look again now, would I? Any ones we didn't sell, we would throw at each other for fun. That was before the ladies ran us out of the place. Wouldn't be long before we go back there, but they'd run us out again with brooms. We used to steal bread and pastries from the stalls. Be halfway down the road, face stuffed full of buns. Try not to drop it all. Guards caught us in the act one day too. I'll never forget what my father said to me that day. You never hold up in the army. But I did.
Sir, I love your tie. I hope everything is well at home. Oh, you want me to finish these by Friday? Of course, sir. Everything is happy and safe in the office space. Pretending not to be happy is a moral crime, wouldn't you say? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
I keep telling myself that none of this is my fault. So why am I being treated like it is? He follows me around the cafe, speaks to me as if I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I've worked here longer than he has. I've had enough of it. I just want to be treated like everyone else. He treats me like a child, but he's the one who couldn't take no for an answer. I mean, he's not really the type I'd go for, and I'm not one to date people from work. I had enough. I have to stand up for myself. And now, it's being thrown back in my face.
I remember the first time I saw you. Do you remember? You were wearing a brand new white polka dot dress with lovely black shoes. You were the prettiest girl I ever laid eyes on. Big brown eyes, freckles all over your face, brown curly hair. You had the biggest smile in the room. You kept fixing your hair behind your ear. I don't even know why you agreed to dance with me. I was standing on every toe in the place. And I wasn't even dancing.
I have to pretend like I'm someone I'm not. It's a way to cope from time to time from the hard stuff. You know about jobs, right? Ever had one? Yeah, I give it 1 out of 5 stars. Sometimes it does get too stressful though. I can only wear a mask for so long till I suffocate. Not the masks that help you, but the ones people don't see. I can only see and breathe better at home when the air feels safe and the space I have is my own. That reminds me, there was a lovely girl I saw at the bus stop. She was wearing a jacket over her spa shirt. She looked so lovely, but scared. Like she shouldn't even be there. Or anywhere. She looked desperate to get on a bus. Wish I could relate. I'm never happy to take that concrete river trip home. I hope she shows up again, though. I have a reason to clean up.
Right, lads. Boys. All right. They fucked off on me. Let me find my own way home, so. I'll take the back way out. Avoid the poor cunts from the midnight mass. Come to think of it, would you be well trying to make your way through that herd of cunts? Herd of heifers. Come here to me. All them folks at the church at the moment, all live below the hill. And all them houses have heaps and heaps of presents Santy dropped off early. And I stole nothing. Not one thing. And I could have easily. Wouldn't even break a sweat. And nice things at that, you know that. You don't think I'd want a new PS4, a new Xbox, something for the girls? I might as well, because I'd be getting nothing off anyone anyway. And just before anyone starts throwing a fit and crying about it, I didn't, because it's Christmas. Can't anyone take a fucking joke these days?
Thought he was a nice guy when I met him first. Kind, helpful, maybe a bit too flirty. Took him a while to get the hang of the work. Sure, the only reason he got the job is because his uncle runs the place. I didn't think he was serious. Thought he was taking the piss. Sure, no one ever asks me out. But I guess things changed when he didn't get his way. A simple no to a date, and it changed his whole personality. We were on a close together when he asked me out. The cafe was mad that day. We'd our own jobs to do, but he wouldn't stop taking the piss. Sure, I ended up doing his work for him. He was cleaning tables when he came up to me. And I was like, "What are you smiling at? You're meant to be taking the bins out." And then he came out with the worst pickup line I'd ever heard. "Well, I'm meant to be taking them out, but can I take you out instead?" I just stood there, looking at him. Like, what the hell was I meant to say to that? Is that a yes or a no? No. That's what I said to him. So I picked up the bin bags because he's obviously not going to do it. He stared at me like I was crazy. Well, I was kind of expecting a yes. You didn't have to insult me. I didn't insult you. I just gave an answer.
Hey, ma'am, listen. Yeah, I am moving well, no bother. Yes, I got the girl. She's gorgeous. Work is grand, but... No, I was... All right, fine. Look after yourself. Bye-bye. My mom is like a straight-cut businessman. She gets to a point and doesn't worry about others till she has to. Difference is she tied my shoes. She reminds me of my manager, but even he listens to me. I was always troubled. Even when nothing went wrong, I panicked, screamed, and Mom would think it was an act or a way of getting attention. I always thought things would go wrong at some point. Like something could bring me down. Now here I am, and still standing. Not in an Elton John fashion, but standing nonetheless. I don't have a girl, by the way. I just want her knowing I'm alright. I don't want her coming all the way out here. Her, of all people. Can you imagine the stress?
Christmas when I was younger. The fighting. The screaming. The slaps. I always saw Christmas as something to survive. And that's just something I never wanted for the girls. I know it might sound soft or whatever, but I never got to leave out the milk. I never got to leave out the cookies. Come to think of it, I'm probably the reason the girls have had shite Christmases so far. Oh, the last stop before home. What would I be at now after 5 years going up to the house and apologising? Pat would just tell me to go home and go fuck myself. It's funny enough as well, Pat was actually my football coach, and he came down to me below the prison and told me not to bother me whole because the family just weren't arsed. She's about to go anyway. And that was his words, not mine. And then you got the old boy up me hole each and every day to go and apologise. And it only an accident. I tell you, I'm no more setting foot close to that house. But it would be nice to grab a few Calhoun's with Pat sometime. He's the only man I should ever be apologising to. And not for the accident. For wasting the man's time and him training me to play football. And I'm here just wasting it.
And Dave. I thought Dave cared about me. Considering I've been working my butt off for him for the past 3 years, he wouldn't have anywhere near the amount of business he has if it wasn't for me. I can put on a smile, I can be happy for the customers. I work hard and I'm loyal, and I expected loyalty back, you know? And all he cares about is himself and money. And he can't even be bothered to take matters into his own hands, especially with the likes of that jerk of a nephew. What a coward!
July 1960 was when I left you for the army. 6 long months I fought and saw things no one should ever have to see. And there wasn't one day I didn't fixate on coming home. I thought those Belgian bastards would never let me go. I thought I would never leave the Congo. I thought I would never see you again. I still hear their screams at night. At least I think I do. I fear that they come back and torture me again. They have left scars that will never heal.
Now, I know I'm not painting the happiest of pictures. But I could have been someone. Could be melting the back of myself in the Aussie sun, drinking Heinekens and getting paid to do that. The deal was, I go down to Australia, play a bit of the Aussie rules, and get paid to do it. And at that stage, the parish were absolutely disgusted at me that I could turn me back on my own country, my own sport. Simple decision. If you had the choice to go live elsewhere, or stay in a shithole like Cavan, where it's cold and raining to fuck each and every day, Not exactly rocket science. You know what? You know what I want most in this world? I want us to be good at just one sport. Just the one. The greatest country at one sport. And that could be us. You know it. I know it. But to do that, we have to stop playing the GAA. It just needs to stop. It's ruining us as a people. A waste of money. And then you got the old boys who say, "Jeez, I don't care if no one else knows the sport. It's my sport, my own sport. What do you want me playing? A foreign sport? An English sport at that?" And they think they're just so much better than everyone else. But they're just as bad as the cunts over in New York or the America that call themselves world champions after winning the Super Bowl. And sure, no one even else plays the sport. Oh, I don't know. Let's just say the whole Australia thing didn't happen. Old habits die hard. Do you think when people say they love you, do you think they actually mean it, or is it just for their own convenience?
The last straw was when Danny spilt milk all over me. On my uniform. I only have one. And do you know what that arsehole of a boss said to me? "Would you look at the state of you now?" And Danny sniggering in the background just set me off even more. I've had enough of it. I have to stand up for myself. I have to do something.
I think I love you. I know you're beautiful. No, not as lovely as you. Oh, you made me so happy. I'm over the moon. What? You don't see me that way? Okay. Well, you'll still call me, right? I'd still like to hear from you, okay? Okay?
At the end of my shift, I talked to Dave. He was such a good help. Not. Got the usual bullshit. "Oh, it wasn't his fault. Give the lad a chance. He's only getting used to the job." And as per usual, I got the blame. "If you weren't so clumsy, it wouldn't have happened." That fella gets away with murder, I'm telling you.
Ah, no. I'm the happiest world. I'm the happiest man in the world. Not a worry at all. But I do sometimes wonder if the mother misses me. I tried calling her when I got out 5 years ago. Hello? Well, I just want to speak to you for a second. Hang on, hold on. Just give me a second. No, I've changed. Hold on, it was only, I'm not like that anymore. Just give me a second, will you? Hello? Hello?
Nothing's been done. He's up to the usual bullshit and I still have to put up with it. And the worst thing to come of this, I've worked here 3 years. 3 years. I'm the longest running worker there. I haven't missed a single day. And you make one complaint and your hours gets cut. prettiest dress I've ever seen, and I will never be able to own it. Never get involved in a family business. But as I always say, revenge is best served like a caramel macchiato. Cold and sweet.
I'm not going on a date right now. I wish I was, though. That's my Wednesday night sorted. I did see the girl again from the bus stop on a quick trip to shop. She was very sweet and kind and had a nice smile. From what I can guess from our dear moment of paying for milk and gum, that is. Although I couldn't be sure if she was happy. She seemed too frozen on the job to show any body language. Before I knew it, she reminded me of my ex-lover. She helped me realize I wasn't alone. She was weird, cute, quiet, book smart, socially shy, and horribly unromantic. I still gave her a chance. See, not every date can be cliche or an easy way to love, but what matters is what you learn from it. I learned that people can really change from the strangers they fall in love with. And she learned that she wasn't good at romance. It was not her thing. At all. In the end, I wonder, did it really matter? Did it make her see through me? Well, as I said, we both learned something. I learned that you could become alone. Much more often than you think. Again. And lonelier.
Remember Dave barking his head off about the safety inspection coming up? So I thought, after everything he put me through, wouldn't it be so unfortunate if something were to happen? If the cafe were to be caught breaching legislation? Now that would be unacceptable. So I showed up to work as usual, all smiles, even acted nice with Danny. And then, when no one was looking, opened the box. Boom! Cockroach Central.
There's no reflection today. Nothing I want to face today but myself. My real self. You learn a lot about yourself through the inside and outside. I figured something out. Something big. I shouldn't have to hide from the uncertainty of my mind. I gotta press forward. Sure, the outside is unpredictable and scary, but like a chess game, you must plan your strategy. I want to come clean with everyone and myself. Isolation is good, but not the best medicine. It's not what we want or need at times to treat the many illnesses, but it works. I need to reach out to the people that matter to me. I can't get something off my chest if I don't try. I think, yes, I think I'll be clear. No looking at what I must see. No seeing what others have to look at. And no more looking at that stupid crack in the wall. What everyone needs to see is a new approach. And I want to make that happen, no matter the difficulty.
What about me? Me. Everyone's so fixated on what happened to your one. It's horrible, I know. But no one gives a fuck about me. I didn't want to do it. I didn't even mean to do it. I've lost just as much as her. I'm the one that's alone. I'm the one who has to deal with this on its own. You think after all this time, they must miss me.
Oh my God, what are those doing here? So Dave ran over like, what is it? Everyone went crazy. Customers running out, plates breaking. It was glorious. And then the inspector arrived. Perfect fucking timing. He took one look at the place and just left. And do you know what happened next? Cafe forced to close after discovery of cockroaches during safety inspection. Oh, how awful. Anyways, guess I just have to get my redundancy and a new dress.
Why don't you visit more often? I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Young people today have no haste about them. Sure, look at our one. How many times did she say she'd come and visit? And how long ago was that? She's always worried. Always stressed. You and I both know what real stress is. Don't we, my dear? She doesn't know what it's like to truly be alone, to truly struggle. Don't tell me I pushed her away. I had to be hard on her. Why can't she see that? She wasn't ready for this world. It wasn't my fault. I did it because I love her. She hasn't been to see us in years, my dear. Years. I don't know what I would do without you, my love. I will always love you till the day we both go. And we will always be together.
Mr. Murphy, you've got a visitor.
Dad, are you okay? Who are you talking to?
Where am I?